Anthony Hartwig with a South Range boys basketball player profile ahead of their district semifinals tomorrow night. I'm joined by Nate Lewis. Nate, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And this year has been a whirlwind for you guys. The let's start at first. Start of the season, tough start. You guys start 0-5, and you have kind of a team meeting, to kind of come together and turn around after that. What were some of the things inside the locker room that were said between you guys that really helped turn this season around after a tough start?
I mean, we just all said that we need to stick together and, stay as a team. I mean, we can't like fall apart. Um, can't lose our chemistry with each other.
You guys were getting some football players that were coming off of a state championship run, pretty important players to your group. How much was that trying to be keeping that in perspective, where you understood that they were not in basketball shape yet and they had to kind of get back into the groove of basketball after a long football season?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the season, like the first, I think 3 or 4 games, we only had like maybe 5 practices of like everybody there, everybody going full go. Um, I mean, not everybody was in shape. We just weren't 100% in basketball mode yet.
In that turnaround, was there a point, maybe a game or a point in a game where you guys really got confident and really realized that you could turn this around and it was going to be a special season?
Um, I think a lot of people doubted us going into the season as 0, we were 0-5 at the beginning, and then I really think that the Lovo game really helped us after beating an undefeated team. I mean, that just gives you a boost of confidence already.
Like you said, there were a lot of people that doubted you, a lot of people that wrote you off. How did this team not let that ooze into the locker room and stay confident in themselves and realize that you still could do something special?
I really think that like in practice, like we always went hard in practice. We compete every day in practice with each other. I think that helped a lot because we knew what we were capable of doing.
You go through this NE8, it's a brutal schedule, especially this year. It seemed like every team proved at some point in the season that they could beat anybody in the league. What was it like going through that league and realizing that there was no nights off and you had to give everybody the respect they deserved?
I mean, it was real tough, especially with our league and how everything got scheduled out. I mean, we were playing 3 games a week for like 3 weeks in a row. We were tired, but we knew every night that we had to go give it our all, or else we weren't going to win the game.
You guys are 8-0 this year in one possession games, and it seems like every time that comes down to the stretch, comes down to a close game, you guys are the ones that are able to make clutch plays. What do you factor that to? What makes this team so much able to make the clutch plays down the stretch of close games?
Honestly, I really think that it's just because none of us like to lose. I mean, after Salem, we were all mad that we lost. I mean, every game that we lost, um, we were just, you could just see it in everybody's face that, like, man, we wish we could go back and try again.
You had a game-winning shot. It seems like a lot of people have had game-winning shots. What's that feeling like to be able to put that final nail in the coffin?
It's awesome. I mean, it's a dream come true, really. It's just the feeling when it leaves your hand of like, is it gonna go in? Is it not? It's a crazy feeling, and it went in. So
With all that craziness of the season and all the one possession games you guys have won and the buzzer beaters, a lot of people like forget about the defense you guys do play, and it was on full display in the sectional final against United. How much pride does this team take in their defense and the fact that they're able to hold a lot of teams below their season average?
I think, I mean, I would really say that like that's a big part of our wins. I mean, um, we just we play really hard defense, and honestly, our defense starts our offense. Like if we're in a tough like couple possessions where we can't score, normally a defensive stop gets us into a bucket.
Coach Irons came into this program while you guys were in a tough spot and stepped up for you guys. Obviously, he's been in this program for a long time. He knows you guys. What did that mean to you to have someone you trust and someone that you know kind of step into that role and to be there for you guys when you guys needed somebody?
Yeah, he's always been around from when we were little. They'd always be doing the camps in the summer and stuff. I think it really helped us. Just like we didn't have a new guy, like it's somebody that we knew. So I think it really helped us, like just be able to get right back into it and keep playing and not have to rebuild any trust or anything because we all already trusted him.
You guys have a really good senior leader at Ada Leon, but after that, there's no other seniors. So a lot of non-seniors, including yourself, have had to step up and lead. What has that been like to kind of learn leadership skills before your senior year and to be a leader of this team before a lot of people are called to?
Yeah, I think Aiden's done a great job. I mean, really been a role model to everybody on the team, always working hard. I think he really makes it easy for the rest of us to step up and take a place in the leadership role.
You're a natural leader as a point guard. You have to be a leader on the court. What's that been like to kind of fall into that role and to run the offense and try to get everybody in the right positions?
Yeah, I really think like my teammates help me out so much with that. We go over the plays a lot in practice and stuff, so everybody knows where to be, and I just got to get them the ball.
You've proven a lot this year that you can score when you have to. You have the ability to go and score. But I think you probably sacrifice 5 or 6 points per game to distribute the ball and get it to better shots. What has that been like to be the guy that sets the example of unselfishness and really sacrifices for the team?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like always not been hard for me to give up a shot for an extra pass to Luke or Turvey or to dish it inside to Aiden or Lenny. I just think that whatever's going to help the team win, I need to do.
We've talked about it before in post game interviews and whatnot. This team has gotten really close, and you trust each other with everything. What's that been like to be in a locker room where there's so much bond and there's so much trust between you guys, and it's really a brotherhood? A lot of teams say that, but you guys live it. What's that been like for you?
I mean, it just makes it so much easier to go in and go to practice and be able to go hang out with them. Really, like we don't look at it as practice; we look at it as time to like have fun and hang out and stuff. And so it makes it so much easier.
That being said, I mean these tournaments are there are opportunities to go earn more time to hang out with your teammates. How hungry does that make you to just not want to that time to end with your team?
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday. Really, I like we don't have anybody who doesn't want to keep playing. I mean, everybody just wants to keep playing, and everybody hates losing. So I think it really helps us keep moving on and winning.
You guys had a big layover between the end of the regular season and your tournament game. What were some of the things that you did personally to keep yourself kind of engaged and focused and ready to go despite having 10 days off between games?
Yeah, I tried to work extra hard in practice to keep up the stamina and stuff. I was going home and getting in my hot tub, trying to keep myself like all good and loose. And even like outside of practice, like me and my buddies would go to like the parks and play basketball or go to somebody's house and play. So we were never like really having a full break.
To the eye, it looked like you guys had absolutely no rust getting back on the floor to start that sectional final. Did you feel that too? That there was really no rust, there was no kind of lull or drop period between the 10 days?
Yeah, I think we came out as that might have been one of our best starts of the year. We had a little lull after halftime. I think we had 3 turnovers in our first 3 possessions at a halftime. But other than that, I think we moved the ball real well and didn't have any problem scoring.
That little lull ended with an Aiden Leon steal and a dunk on the other end. I mean, to see Aiden Leon, the senior, be the first South Range Raider to dunk in that gym and to him to do it his last home game, I mean, what kind of energy did that really give this team to get out of that little funk that you were in?
Oh, it was awesome. We were all waiting for it to happen. He was dunking every day in practice, and we were all just waiting for him to get a chance to do it in a game.
As soon as that like the steal happened, the loose ball, did you see it coming? Did you like here it comes?
Yeah, I forget which one of my teammates it was, but we were sitting in half court, and somebody said he's gonna dunk it, And I was like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. This Raider community has supported you guys through the bad and through the good this year. What's it mean to come to every game, whether it be a Friday or Tuesday, and know that at least that side of the gym is going to be pretty packed?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it really helps us in some nights where maybe we're all a little bit tired or sluggish from school. I think having them there to hype us up and get us ready for the game really helps.
The other thing I noticed when I look at the South Range crowd, there are a lot of faculty members that come out after a long day of teaching and support you guys as well. What's that mean to you to know that you're in a school system where the teachers and faculty staff care enough about their kids that they're going to, take time out of their personal lives to go support you in a basketball game?
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. Like, it just shows how much all of these teachers and stuff here care about us. Like, not just in school, but also outside of school, and to see that we're doing good.
All right. So you've said before that you hate to lose. Obviously, you're a great competitor. Outside of basketball, kind of what are some other things that you get real competitive at?
I really anything I'm doing, I'm gonna be competitive about. I go riding with my dad and his friends, and it's always like competitive, who can do stuff better and all that.
What do you think is the silliest thing you've turned into a competition?
The silliest thing, um, huh? I honestly don't know. Me and my friends, all of us are so competitive. Really, we turn everything into a competition.
What about the study games that teachers always like to do right before a test? You're
Um,
doing those. How competitive do those get? Because in my day at South Range, man, those got heated.
yeah, in math class, we always have some heated games in there. Luke's in there, Jimmy's in there. Yeah, we always get pretty competitive in there.
What are some in like fun in the team competitions that you guys might have in practice to keep the team competition going to keep your competitive juices going in practice? What kind of things do the team compete in?
We do all types of competitive shooting drills and free throw drills. Before practice, sometimes the players will start like a dribble knockout game, and sometimes we'll play bank and stuff like that.
You have to come from a competitive family to be as competitive as you are. Who's the most competitive person that is in your household?
In my household, it's probably got to be my dad, but in my family, I'm cousins with JC Mullen,
Mhm.
so they're all real competitive over there too. Stuff like that.
And you're both still playing. What's that like to have ballers in the family that you can go and support and then come support you?
It's awesome. They've been to most of my games. I try to make it out to her games as much as I can, her and Kara. Um, but yeah, it's awesome to just be able to look up into the stands and see my family there.
What are some? Have you guys ever competed against each other? Have there ever been any Mullen versus Lewis one-on-ones?
It happens
It
sometimes.
happens.
Normally
Uh,
I'll beat her, but Kara, I can never beat her.
it's also Springfield South Range. That's got to add a little bit to it, right?
Yeah, we always make fun of each other at the houses and stuff about it.
When you think about some of the things that you've learned along the way, some of the lessons that you've learned through basketball, what do you think are some of the biggest lessons you've learned in your career through this sport?
I really think that just like the passion to like not want to lose, not want to give up, just to work hard at everything, and you can really see what kind of outcome that can have.
The lessons come with advice that you've gotten over the years too. What's some of the biggest advice that you've gotten from one of your role models throughout your career?
Um, One of my biggest role models was definitely one of my AU coaches, Tom Shapiro. He would always say, "Shoot or shoot." On one year on his AU team, I had like the biggest slump that I've ever had, and he just kept encouraging me to shoot and shoot, and I think that really helped me out.
All right, when basketball season is over and you have to tie up the jersey for the next couple months, what kind of things do you do outside the sport to keep yourself busy?
I do a lot. I fish a lot. I do some riding, some four wheelers and dirt bikes. I hang out with my friends a lot, whether we're at somebody's house playing basketball or driving around and just hanging out.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
On Lake Erie, I caught a 36-inch, 10-pound walleye.
There you go, man. I hope you
Yeah.
took a picture of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Nate, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to shout out your support system, all the people that kind of show up there for you and the people that you wouldn't be on this journey without.
Yeah, both of my parents have supported me forever. My grandparents, all my friends and parents' friends and stuff all support me so much.
Nate, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck in that district semifinal tomorrow night in Warren Harding, and we hope to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.